today with this card. I'm just going to show you step by step on how I made this card. I seen a card similar to this over on, I think it's Fran's or Francine's YouTube site, and I really fell in love with it, and I thought my viewers might like to see it. And so if you've seen this, I guess you can just kind of skip on to the next one, and if you haven't, stick around. It's a really cool, fun technique, and I wanted to give it a try and show you guys how it works. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing that we got to do is we're taking a piece of 3.5 by 5 piece of cardstock. I think this is a little bigger than 3.5, so we better cut it down. We got it right. So we're going to take a 3.5 by 5 piece of cardstock. Then Whisper White this is. Then I'm going ahead and I am taking the butterfly punch, and out of a scrap piece of paper we're going to punch out 5 butterflies. There's 1. Okay, so now if you have some repositionable tape, this works great for this technique, so you'd want to use some repositionable tape. And you're just going to put a little bit of tape in the back of it and just kind of randomly place your butterflies on top of the white. Okay, so it looks like that. And then what I'm doing here is I got this little spritzer. I've had this spritzer for a while, but Stampin' Up! Has come out with some now, so you can get some little spritzer bottles like this. I don't know where I've gotten this. I've had this for a long time. So it's cool that, because I really like them and I like to mix them up and then leave them. But what I did was I used alcohol. Now this one's 50% alcohol. So, but any alcohol, you know, 50, 70, whatever should work. So just get some regular rubbing alcohol, fill it up to right about there, almost full, but not quite. The reason why you don't want to fill it all the way up is you want to give yourself a little room for shaking it. And then in mine, I have Bashful Blue. I put about 6 drops of Bashful Blue in there. And then I took some all-purpose ink. This is the gray. It's like a shimmer ink, and this comes out very fast because there's no like dripper like there is with the thing with the re-inker. So you want to really slowly and carefully pour out 1 tiny drop. Too much of this will make your background look all gray, and you don't want that. You want it to have the blue with the shimmer. So it's like a blue-gray with a little bit of a shimmer. So very, very tiny, tiny drop of this. So then you're going to put all that in there and then give it a good shake. Then the next thing you're going to do is get some type of a shoebox or some type of a place where you can spritz this. And I like to put adhesive on the back of the card and then attach it right down so it doesn't move, because once you get this paper wet, it is going to try to wrinkle up. And if you didn't have these repositionable on there, the butterflies could take a chance and slide off, and then you might get underneath, because you don't want ink underneath where these butterflies are. That's the whole idea of the card. So that's why I like to use the repositionable on this. Then also I like to use the repositionable to hold it in place so that it doesn't bow up and make them fall off, and it keeps it in one position. So let's get started. You always want to spritz it off to the side a little bit just to make sure that it's working and you're getting the color kind of that you want. Now, I'm going to be higher than my camera spritzing this. So I'm going to say it might be like 18 inches up from where my spritzing area is, but maybe just touching it. But I just want to show you that you just want to lightly spritz it, because you don't want to have it too close, because if you get it too close, then it's going to leave it all blotchy, and you don't want that. So once you think you have it covered enough, which I like that right there. Then I'm going to help it along. You can leave it to dry over, I don't know, an hour or two, but I have the heating tool, so I am just going to heat it up. So it's going to get a little noisy for a minute. So then you want to remove it from the area that you are spritzing it in. Then you want to remove all of your butterflies. Now, if you notice, this looks a little more grayer today, but these look the same way. So I think the longer it sits, the color starts to come out in it more. So, I don't really know, but I like it either way. And then just to get rid of that, you know, repositionable adhesive, that'll come right off there. So just do that and then flip it over and do the same thing with the back side so that you can move the card around a little more freely. So there is that. So that is the magic of this little card so far. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Marina Mist ink, and I'm going to take a sponge dauber, and I'm just going to give a little tiny light sponge around the edge of this. Then I went ahead and I took a piece of Marina Mist, and this piece is 4 inches by 5 1/4, and we're gonna take and we're gonna use this little decorative edge punch, and we're just gonna decorate one side of it. Okay, and then we're going to put this right in the center. So there we go. So now we have that. So then the next thing that you want to do is you're going to reuse these butterflies. You're going to take your Marina Mist again, and you are just going to sponge around the outside of them. Not the whole thing. You want to leave a little bit of the white in the center. And I bet this would be pretty even with any other color other than the blue too. And so you want to do that to 3 of them. Now I've already gone ahead and done all 3 of them, and I've added a little set of 3 pearls. And I just used our pearls that were in the strand here, and I just cut them in sets of 3s. So that's how I was able to use these. Then I took the butterfly stamp set that we have. I took this set to get the little antennas, and not sure where my tiny block went, but we'll use this one. And how I went about doing this was I went ahead and I kind of positioned where I wanted my butterflies to be. Then I just took a pencil and I just kind of gave a tiny little like dot above it. It doesn't have to be precise, even when you stamp it, as you'll see. And then you just take this, and then I'm just getting as close as I can to that dot. Oops, I got a little too much ink there on that one. Okay. Let me see. I am going to hide that one because I got a little too much ink on it. So I'm just going to, you get to see one of my boo-boos. There we go. And then I'm just going to take a dimensional and put it right over top of, oops, I'm putting one right in the back. Now in this one, because I want to hide that wing, I might have to do the same thing to that one because I ended up moving that one up. Not having much luck here showing you guys this. But it all can be fixed. There's no right or wrong way. There we go. I think that looks a lot better. Okay. I'm going to put another little dimensional. On this one. This is a little more closer. Let's see if I can. There. I think that looks better. Okay. It's a little higher than I want it, but it'll work. Then I'm going to take the Bash or the Marina Mist again, and I have an old Happy Birthday, but any Happy Birthday that you have, and give it a good stamping up, or stamp, and then stamp that right down. So it looks just like that. Then I just went ahead and I took a plain piece of Whisper White, and I ended up taking that and putting some adhesive on the back of this and applying it to my card base. So there you go, everybody. This is the original card, and this is the one we did, but I think it still came out really good. So that's my card, everybody. Thanks for stopping by. Bye-bye.